Satisfied0 back with another video. This one is tourniquet applications. So here's my tourniquet. What I'm going to do in this video is show you how I apply a tourniquet or apply my tourniquet to myself. And I'll also mention how I stage my tourniquet. If you've handled tourniquets before or unwrapping them or just looking at them online, you will notice that this is not how they are when they're in the pack. So I'm gonna tell you why you have it like this and how you can make yours like this. So let's go ahead and talk about the tourniquet. This is the CAT. I would say CAT tourniquet, but the T in that CAT stands for tourniquet. It's kind of like when people say an ATM machine and don't remember that the M stands for machine. So this is a CAT, Combat Application Tourniquet is the brand. So with the tourniquet that I have, they call it the CAT, it's a pretty good one. They have some other ones that are other name brand ones that are proven and tested, but this is the one, this is the go-to that people have been using, I would say recently, right? There's a newer one that's out, I can't think of the name, but I heard some people mentioning it in some YouTube videos I watched the other day, but this CAT one is one that should work. I don't say it would always work because it should work. You never know with obviously equipment that it may fail, it may work, but from what I've seen so far with these, they work. Okay, so let's say I've been shot in my arm. Let's talk about the application of it. Let's say I've been shot in my arm. Boom, right here. I went ahead and drew out a spot and it has boo-boo written on it. Because my son, he loves trying to get stickers and Band-Aids, right? He'll walk into a couch, hit himself, and boo-boo, boo-boo. No, you don't have a boo-boo. You're not getting any more stickers. It's cute and precious, but no, we know the game. You playing games. But I went ahead and written out boo-boo for you. So let's say I've been shot right here. Bam. So I'm bleeding, you know, I'm freaking out kind of. I've been shot. I've got a tourniquet. What do I do with the tourniquet? This is what you do with your tourniquet. And staging is a big part in this, but this is what you do with your tourniquet. Let's say I'm still using my hand to make it easier for the video purposes. I'll go ahead and undo that Velcro piece. See, I have it open already like this. Place it on my arm a couple of inches above the wound. So the wound's right here at this spot. I'll place it above the wound. Pull this as tight as I can. I'm trying to be easy. I got stitches in my finger. I almost cut my finger off the other night. But that's another story, so I'm trying to be easy. But make it as tight as you can around your arm. The point is obviously to stop the blood flow from coming out this wound. So you're trying to make it as tight as you can to stop the blood flow from the heart out of this wound. So tight, 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 as tight as you can. Let the Velcro attach to itself. And now it's pretty tight like this. But are we done yet? No, because we have this nice windlass right here is what they call it. And you're gonna twist it. Twist it, twist it, twist it as tight as you can. Your veins should be popping out. It should actually hurt and kind of feel kind of numb. If it's really, really tight, it's kind of painful, you're doing it correctly. So I'm gonna twist it as much as I can. Wow, I got it pretty tight. Hold on. Twist, twist, twist. There we go. Push it in here so it can kind of latch itself. Now look at my arm. You can tell it's pretty tight. Look at the blood vessels bursting. And if I choose to, I can go ahead and wrap this right here so it won't undo itself. Now, here we are. I've got the tourniquet applied to my hand. It's going pretty numb, it's pretty tight, so I know it's working, I know it's tight enough. So let me loosen this up so I can breathe and talk and not have to cut my arm off and stuff. There we go. So as you see, let me loosen it and kind of get back in the same configuration as if it was tight. So let's assume it's still tight. So I have it on my arm. I have it a few inches above the wound. Blood is going to be cut off. It's going to help me in terms of not lose blood and not, you know, lose consciousness. And I should be able to get to a hospital before I, you know, bleed out. I'm not trying to bleed out on the road. That's the main point, to save yourself, right? Or save your family members or whoever else is out and about. You'll see on this Velcro strap here, it has time on it. So, use this one. It has time. So what that is if you're using this on yourself or somebody else, you can write down the time that this tourniquet has been applied. So when first responders respond there or you make it to the hospital, they can say, this guy's tourniquet was applied at 12:47 and it's 12 58 now. So it's been on there for 11 minutes. So it can kind of help them gauge how much blood you've lost, how long your blood has been cut off from this hand. Because obviously, eventually we need to get the circulation coming back to these parts of your body, whether it's your leg, your arm, or what have you. So in most places, do I think the time part is necessary? Maybe not if you live in a decent sized location that may have a couple of larger hospitals in it. Like my city has 2 main hospitals, and they're actually some of the top hospitals in my state. So I think anywhere within the city, it'll probably take 5 minutes tops to get to a hospital. Obviously, depending on where I am, depending on how long it takes the first responders to get there or whatnot. So in theory, I should be good, but out in the west somewhere, out in the fields where you're in the woods, or it's gonna take EMS 20 minutes to get there, or your phone's dead, you're on the side of the road, your arm's hanging off, no one can even find you, right? You know, citizen, we can't find you to help you if we're pulling over to try to assist, right? So the time may matter in that. But if you're in a critical incident where you have been shot in your arm, leg, whatever, and you need to use a tourniquet, me personally, that's probably gonna be the last thing on my mind is putting the time on this. You know, if it's me shot, I'm applying this to myself, it's gonna be tunnel vision. I'm trying to heal myself, or stop the bleed myself, opposed to worrying about the time. If I need to help Joe Blow, who I see laying on the side of the road bleeding, I probably won't really think about the time. You know, it's wise, I guess, to think of it, but your main thought is let's slow this bleed down, or let's stop this bleed and get a phone call out to the first responder. So that's my take on that. Staging the tourniquet. When you buy a tourniquet, you'll see it comes, I can't even remember how it looked, but I'm gonna try my best to make it how I think it came. Let's see. So I think when I bought it, it came something like this. Like this part was up and it had this instruction manual in here, right? So that's a horrible way to stage it because it's gonna take even longer for you to get it on because you're sitting there fumbling with it. So I had my tourniquet the way I staged it and kind of did a test with my wife and basically said, hey, I'm shot in my arm, go. Started a timer. And it took her, she was fumbling and I had it staged like easy for her to do it. So just imagine if you've never trained on it and it staged like the way that it came out the package. So it's kind of like that. And you think about it, it's you open up like that. Say you were to put your arm in, you're doing that. It'll open up fine. Yeah, it will. But it may take a little bit more of a struggle opposed to staging it a more easy way where you may have like a strap to pull on like I had. Because in the moment, you may be bloody, the other person may be bloody, you may be sweaty, it may be raining, you may not be able to get such a grip. You know, your fine motor skills may be going down, you may not be able to pull this little piece up from here. So I stage it like this. So what I'm gonna do is I make a gap that's probably big enough for a leg or an arm. And I'm going to put this part of the tourniquet and connect the Velcro here and connect this Velcro here and make a strap. See that? It's kind of like a little lasso kind of. So I have a strap, and after that, what I want to do, and I may rip this off because it kind of gets in the way, especially if your motor skills are going down, you're bloody, you're sweaty. I may not be able to rip that, but I'll put this over just like so, this part over, and then fold this part over like such. Use the Velcro, bam. So now I can easily stick it in my pocket, in my range bag, on my plate carrier, where else? In my truck, in my get home bag, in my diaper bag, wherever, just like this. So if I needed it, undo that, it's ready. And like that, now I can easily put it on my arm and just yank it. Now it's on, right? Now it's tight, turn this windlass and I'm good to go. That's the way I stage my tourniquet, so it can be easier in terms of application. So tourniquets will be used to stop the blood flow in your limbs, your arms and your legs. Obviously, if someone's shot in the neck, you're not gonna put a tourniquet on their neck. That's gonna cause them to choke, it's not gonna help. If they're shot in the shoulder, tourniquet won't do any good. If they're shot in the chest, it won't do any good and so forth, right? So there are different ways to help stop the bleed in those type of situations, i.e. quick clot, chest seals, things of that nature. So that's what you can do with that, but right here we're focusing on a tourniquet. Tourniquets aren't that expensive. You can buy a tourniquet for $25, $30 online. Now, like I said, CAT is a good brand. Where's the logo? Cat is a good brand. You can buy these for a good amount of money. It's not a decent amount of money. That $25 or $30 people spend in a week in food. Why not buy this to help save your life if the time comes? Now, maybe you won't have to use it, but I'd rather have a tourniquet and not need it than to need a tourniquet and not have it, right? Just like a fire extinguisher, just like a fire, all of that. So why not invest the money on a good, high quality tourniquet? Now, some will say, well, eBay and Amazon has tourniquets for $8, $7. Should I buy these? They're good enough. But some will respond to that and say, no, they're not. They're going to fail. They don't work. You should never do that. You're risking your life trying to do that. You need to go and get something good. This is the real one. The other one won't work. Well, I have an off-brand one, and I bought this one on eBay for about $8 or so. And I staged it the same way that I staged my other one. So in my house, I have probably about 8 tourniquets, right? And this is one of the off-brand ones. Right here, testing it out. I've done it at the house many times. I'm sweating now. It works just as fine as this one. This one is just as strong, but I think the issue may be this windlass. I've seen reports online. I don't know what brand, which brand of off-brand they had, but I've read that the windlass is broken and it just doesn't hold the same. But I don't know. Like I said, I've tested out both of them, and they both feel the same on my body when I test it out, just like I did. So, will I trust my life with these? Sure, I have tons of them, but I also have these real ones as well. Like I have this Cat, this name brand. I have this Cat one in my truck. Like this is the one that I would grab and put in my pocket. And I have another Cat one that my wife has in her vehicle that she would grab and put in her pocket. So if things were to go really, really bad, my second one is also a Cat. But my third one, let's say I need a third and a fourth one. I have these, right? And a fifth and a sixth one for her that she would use. But I have these. And I'm going to apply it just like I applied that one here in a second. But it looks almost exactly the same. That's the scary part. Now, these are made with the gray, but they have the white as well. The windlass is similar. See, the windlass is similar in them. The only differences on the face is the Cat has its logo right here on this plate, this plastic plate. There's no logo right here. So in a quick moment, you probably won't be able to tell which one's real or which one's fake, or which one's name brand and which one's fake. Let's look at these, the red little strap. Even the red little strap is very identical. Like it's hard to tell. Like in the moment, if somebody like, hey, don't use that on me. That's not a Cat. Okay, you know what I mean? And many say, oh, it may fail, but I think they're talking about the windlass because Velcro is Velcro. This Velcro is working, it works the same, and I'll show it here in a second. And you think about it, if blood is in it, I mean, it seems like you got one chance to use it, or that blood may make the Velcro ineffective on both, so it won't really matter on that part. But consider just spending the extra $20 on the actual name brand, proven and tested tourniquet such as this Cat, opposed to this one. But if you're in a money crunch and that's all you can afford right now, you just want something to have on you, go for it. I'd say go for it. And a lot of people, they'll stage their, or they'll keep their tourniquets, whether it's like on their plate carriers. Even I've seen some like mount them to their rifle or AR pistols, what this is. Shout out to my Chief True Gold site. I actually like it. It's holding up, believe it or not. So I've seen people mount these to their braces or stocks. And I think that's pretty cool. You can have it right there with you. But I haven't found a way to do that yet without it being too like crazy looking or too wild looking. So I have one in my battle belt. So I got one right there on me. I have one on one of my plate carriers, well, a couple of my plate carriers, because I have one in my vehicle. So if I'm out and about at the gun range or something, I'll definitely have a tourniquet as well as further medical supplies in my medical kit. So I'll have a tourniquet on my belt, have a tourniquet probably in my pocket, have one in my rifle range bag. So I'll be pretty good with tourniquet. But I also have chest seal, band-aids, gauze, scissors, little stuff like that too. So this isn't the end all be all. You want to have other things as well, just in case accidents happen. And as you can see, accidents do happen. So that's what I have with the tourniquet. So let's apply this fake tourniquet so you can see. So bam, I'm shot. I've got a boo-boo. Let me go ahead and apply this. Let me do it one-handed. Let me do it one-handed. Hold on. So bam, I'm shot. I can't move my hand anymore. I got this one tourniquet. Using my mouth. Go ahead and shake it open. Go ahead and apply it on my arm. Be careful with my stitches. That hurt. Make it as tight as I can. Like I said, this is the off-brand one that I got on eBay. Off-brand on eBay for like $8. Putting it as tight as I can on my arm. Now let me go ahead and activate this windlass. Woo, I haven't even turned it half away yet and it's starting to hurt just like the cat one did. So I haven't, you can keep turning it, but I went and just turned it at half or one time, just kind of let you know that it's holding. It's on there. I can feel the pressure on my arm. I do have it applied inches above the wound. I'm trying to stop the bleed and I'm good to go. So let me try to turn it more to see if it's gonna break or something. Doesn't feel like it's trying to break anything other than my arm, but this is the off-brand tourniquet and it's holding pretty good right now. Like, I'm trying to yank it. I don't know what part. Now I do notice that, excuse me, this plastic part that holds the windlass in when you lock it seems to be a little bit, well, I want to say it seems to be a little bit more loose on this off-brand one. It seems to be more tight on the cat one. Maybe a tad bit, but nothing noticeable, nothing that seems like it's gonna unravel itself. So I don't know. I've applied both. It's holding, you know what I mean? It's holding up. But like I say, I want to reiterate it. If you can afford one of the name brand tourniquets like this cat, I'd say go for that. But if you're tight on cash or you just want to buy 2 or 3 for the price of one, I'd consider it. But the name brand ones are the way to go. They've been proven. You can do some more research on YouTube or Google to talk about these or read about these. You'll see that they've been proven. But I won't sleep on these as well. I won't sleep on these off-brand ones. So that's my talk. I hope you all appreciate it. I hope you all got some insight on some tourniquet application. And I hope you all can use it to help save your life or save other lives. So Randy Tabs 50, checking out, like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you all have a beautiful rest of your week. And don't mind this shirt. I am a Dolphins fan. Shout out, go Fins. I just got some free attire from my brother-in-law when he coached for the 49ers. So that's the only reason I'm wearing it. I am a diehard Dolphins fan. We're looking good this season. This is our year. We're headed to the playoffs and we're headed to the Super Bowl. Am I getting ahead of myself? I don't know. But Randy Tabs 50, checking out. Y'all have a good week.